Have you ever purchased a beautiful set of scrapbook papers, excited to document your photos, only to find yourself kind of staring at the collection, wondering how to turn this pretty paper into a finished scrapbook layout? Well, today I am sharing 3 double-page scrapbook layouts, all featuring the gorgeous Waterside Retreat collection. I'm going to walk you through some design tips and ideas to help you get the most out of this workshop and inspire you to put these beautiful papers to work and tell your stories. This first layout is perfect for documenting so many different memories. Think mountain escape, lakeside retreat, just relaxing by the water, fishing photos, a lot of different things you could, imagine documenting on this particular layout. You can see I have incorporated the relaxing waterside Stampin' die set, and I actually bought this set because we have Adirondack chairs in the backyard, and we pretty much sit in them. It's like our daily ritual. We sit in them year round. Well, maybe not when there's snow on the ground. That's not very fun, but we just love them, and that's like where we sometimes will eat our lunch sitting in those chairs or relax by the fire or just have a cup of coffee. But I can't wait to use this set to document that little tradition that my husband and I have. Sometimes it's just Dave and I. We hang out there. Dave's my cat, if you haven't met him yet. But lots of die sets here, and I'll show you how I've used these. So I love that we have a stamp option for the Adirondack chair as well as the dies, and you'll see them all used in this workshop here. You will also see the use of my trusty Spotlight on Nature circle dies throughout this scrapbooking workshop. You can use any circle die you may have in your collection, but I love these because they have intricate detailing around the edge, and I think it really steps up your embellishment clusters quite a bit. So you'll see these used, and I'll point them out. I have created a guide to go with this workshop, and I'll tell you more about this guide here in just a moment. You can see how I've used the cut apart cards for embellishing. So this does have 2 sheets of cut apart cards. One side is the stripe, which you will use, and then also the cut apart cards. And the guide tells you which one goes to which layout. So those are doing a lot of the heavy lifting for you in the embellishing clusters here. And then we've got the cute little cattails, making it perfect for a lakeside getaway. I have fussy cut the life jacket and the paddles from the coordinating designer series paper. Here's another card. I just punched a little hole in that to make a tag. And the title here, Enjoying the Simple Things, that is from the Life in Bloom stamp set, because I think anytime you're by the water, you are definitely enjoying the simple things in life, right? It's such a relaxing place to read a book, have a cup of coffee. This stamp set, I highly recommend that you use the Stampin' Positioner to stamp this right on your layout. Now, the benefit is being able to get perfect placement, and if you need to ink it up and stamp it again, you can easily do that. It's right on the background of that white willow cardstock. So since you know all the steps to put this together, you can actually stamp that first, and that way if you mess up, you can flip the page over and try again on the other side. But honestly, if you use the Stampin' Positioner, there is no chance of messing up. It is just so easy to use, and you get perfect placement every time. So imagine that wasn't there. You just line it up with the top of your photo and then pick it up with the door of the Stampin' Positioner. And now you can add your ink to this, and then you just flip it over, line it up on the pegs, and it has these little springs you push down and you get perfect placement. And if you need to ink it up again, maybe you had just a lint ball, or maybe you didn't get a spot and it needed another coat, you can just do that again and line it up to make it even darker. I also recommend blending brushes for this workshop. There's quite a bit of ink blending to add a little interest to the background throughout these pages. So you can see it there on the Spotlight on Nature circle die, behind the Adirondack chair, and behind the title, just to kind of add some interest to that white space. So I start underneath where the photo will be and then radiate out. That way you get a nice even glow, because any, start marks that may be darker are going to be hidden by your photo. Now, keep in mind, I have the photo place card holders here. That is just to show you what size and where to put your photos. You won't need to cut those. You'll just cut the photo mats, and then you can add your photos in place of those white photo place card holders. Now, I purposely designed this with some white space because by the time you add your photos, you're going to add a lot of busyness and color in the pictures. So it's nice to have just a little bit of space for your eye to rest because once you get your photos on there, there will be a lot more going on the layout to draw your eye and look at. We do have a little journaling spot here from the cut apart cards. And all of the steps are in the guide walking you through to how to assemble this particular layout. I also want to point out that if you have more photos than what the layout allows, let's say it was a very successful day at the lake and you caught lots of fish and you want to showcase all of those pictures, you can very easily add flip flaps to these layouts because they're traditional sizes. So we've got 4x6 and 3x4s and 3x3s, which all have flip flaps that work in that size. So you could easily add flip flaps to any one of these. Or maybe you have some portrait style photos. So we've got a landscape spot here. You can still use that footprint and you could put 2 3x4 portrait style photos right there and put on a lot more photos. So just depending on your pictures and the orientation, there's so many different ways that you can make this work. I wanted to show you that the little wordy sentiment down here, Days Well Spent, is from the same Life in Bloom set that the stamp for the title came from. So I've used that twice on this particular layout. Just one more helpful hint for you before we move on to the next layout. So for my Spotlight on Nature circle die to cut out my cards here, the ones that I have turned into circles, you can see that here. You can move it around and you can pick any scene that you want, but I did make the most of my cards. So you can see this scene is all the way to the edge and the top so that you can utilize the other piece because that's a very usable piece right there. So just something to keep in mind when you are framing in your scene that you want to use on your layout. I particularly liked this one here because we have a boat, you've got grass in the foreground, mountains and the blue sky, and a little bit of trees. So it's a very interesting scene with a lot of things going on, and I love the balance. So I did the very edge, right edge, and the top. Now, layout number 2 makes me think of getting ice cream on the boardwalk, just strolling along a beautiful coastal trail, enjoying the scene. So you can see lots of layers going on here. And I have, again, used the Spotlight on Nature circle dies. There's a little bit of ink blending there on my journaling circle. I've used the cut apart cards, and you can see all of those here. Another one here. The bike is fussy cut from the pattern paper, and then I have stamped your little grasses there that you see throughout. A little bit more fussy cutting from the designer series paper. Let me bring these in so you can see some of the images there. So you could pick any life preserver you want, any different buoys. I did work to balance the color for you so you can kind of see hints of that. It's pecan pie, but it almost has like a corally color. You can see that distributed throughout the layout. So I've done a lot of the design work for you. You can just jump in and start creating. But the bike is from here. You can see the life jackets and the paddles used throughout. And those are the papers where I pulled those embellishments. And then you can see I've selected Coastal Cruise for my title. Now I have used the mini alphabet die, so you could absolutely change that up to be any title that would suit your story. To me, I like Coastal Cruise because it could be a drive along the coast. It could be a bike ride along the coast. It could be a walk along the coast. Anything, just strolling along the beach, right? So I thought that that was a very usable title and it fits that space nicely, but you absolutely could switch it out to make it fit the story that you are telling. And I know we have a little ice cream storefront on here. You don't have to be literal with your embellishments. It's okay if you didn't get ice cream that day, although I highly recommend it. And then it's okay if you didn't go for a bike ride. It's just something that you would associate with, like beach cruisers riding on the beach. And then I have another Adirondack chair here, and this time I used the stamp. So I stamped that in pecan pie and then colored that in with my markers. Now, if you don't like coloring, you could easily stamp that onto crumb cake cardstock and then just die cut it out, and then it's already colored for you with the cardstock. So you've got options on how you can customize that. I love the little seagull perched on the chair there. And then you can see another one of those cut apart cards for the scene behind the chair. I did go with traditional photo sizing again. So we've got 3 4x6s and 4x4s. So you could add flip flaps, Or you can swap them out again. If you have horizontal photos, you can just print out some 3x4s. I guess these would be 4x3s and stack them like that. And if it were me, I'd trim them so you had a little bit of space in between separating the two photos. And then you could always add, 3x4 flip flaps too to these, or just a 4x6 flip flap. So again, very easy to make it work for your photo orientation. Now on the bottom, I do have a torn edge just to add a little bit more texture. If you don't like that, you could just keep that piece straight. But I wanted the white edge to show of the two-tone cardstock. So when you're tearing, you'll want to tear that towards you. And that way you get that white core left behind, which adds just another element of texture and interest. So that is how I got that look. And I did ink up all of the edges with gray ink just to add a touch of dimension. So I've inked up the edges of the cards, all of the pattern paper, and then my circles here. I've used this basics twine quite a bit throughout this workshop. So you can see that here, tying on these adorable little loose anchor trinkets. Love these. So I just added one of those right there and tied it on to the top of my tag, which is also from part of this card. So everything is, you have it all in the guide. We have one more layout to look at, but I just want to show you, this is a beefy guide, full color, and it has the cutting dimensions here. So you have a supply list in the beginning, and then you have all of the cutting dimensions to follow along. So you know exactly the orientation and the size to cut your papers. And then I also have a sketch guide in here. So that's something kind of unique. I love sketches. So I've labeled all the pieces for you, and you have the sketch measurements here and how to make all of the embellishments, just helpful tips, and then assembly directions for each of the layouts. I do actually have bike riding pictures on the coast, so that's probably what will end up going on here. And eventually I will add my photos to these layouts I've created and share them with you so you can see them with the pictures too. Now, I had a lot of fun creating all of these layouts and designing them, but this one might be my favorite just because I absolutely love visiting the ocean. It's such a beautiful place to be, and I have gone with kind of a beach idea in mind for this one on how to use it for my photos. Now, we have seagulls at the lake, so if you have never been to the ocean or you don't have any ocean pictures, you could remove and swap out a few elements here to make this feel more maybe mountain lake, because this is just water. Again, seagulls can be everywhere. Sometimes they're right in the middle of a town where there's no water around and you're like, where'd you come from, right? So I have added very beachy nautical elements, but you could remove those, and I'll make some suggestions as to what you can do instead. But you'll notice I have beach days for my title, and I've used the mini alphabet die again. So you could change that out to suit your photos and make it say, go with beach days, or if you want to go with a different title, you have that flexibility with the dies, because you can just keep creating or cutting out the letters that you need to spell out your title. And then I did stamp and color in another of the Adirondack chairs from the stamp set, and this time I went with the beach grasses. So I've used the cattails and then also the beach grasses, but I've made them look different in each of the layouts, different colors, and just how I'm clustering them. So for the pier post here, these are taken from the pattern paper. So you have this wood grain pattern paper. You can very easily cut strips along the grain of the boards there, and then cut them into different lengths to create these pier posts. And there is twine. So you wrap it around just to give it like the rope tied around the top of the pier post look. And then I took my ink blending tool, again in gray, and just this time I use a blending brush for, ink blending on the background. But if I'm edging my paper, I recommend using a foam like this. And so I just darkened up the edges with the gray granite ink there to make them look a little bit more defined and kind of rounded, right? Like a post would be round. I have added more of the cut apart cards to this one with the shell because it goes along nicely with the ocean, and the word relax is from the same relaxing Waterside Retreat there, so it makes a nice little wordy bit. You can see the seagull that I have perched on the post there, and then tucked in some of the grasses, and the net and the seashells are actually from the Sunset Coast dies. So you have this little fishing net I've cut two, and then I'm using the shells to kind of camouflage where they are combined. So if you, again, weren't at the beach, you would probably want to omit those. And if that's the case, I just barely tack these in here so I can show you that. You can remove your, ocean inspired embellishments. And what I would do to fill that space, because now it feels a little bit empty, right? I would simply add my ink blending just like I did on the first layout. Where is it? Here it is. So again, the ink blending, I would add some color to this area, and then I would bump my title in because you have this kind of open space. So I would move my title in and have it be more attached to the photo itself. So you can also bump all your embellishments out a bit and put another 3x4 photo here if you have more photos. But yeah, that's probably what I would do. I would ink blend the background and just move my title in so it was grounded to the corner of this particular photo. I quite like my beachy elements, so I put those back there to stay because I will be using it for beach photos. But this color I've added just a touch of petal pink. So again, I've just thought about that design work and brought that color in just a little bit of it to make it feel balanced around the layout. And then again, there'll be lots of color coming in the photos as well. If you'd like to receive my Waterside Retreat scrapbooking guide, I'm offering it with any qualifying $75 order placed on my Stampin' Up! Website during the month of June. So it does not have to be the Waterside Retreat collection. I know some of you bought that in May. So any $75 order qualifies. And as an added bonus, orders of $75 or more also qualify you to purchase the product of the month from Stampin' Up! For just $5. And it's a super cute stamp set. So I highly recommend you check that out. And once you've placed your order, simply reach out to me using the contact information in the description below through my website, or you can email me and let you know you've ordered, and I will email the guide directly to you. During the month of May, I was invited to be a guest presenter at an online virtual event for demonstrators called Connect and Create, and that's why I created this workshop. It was a lot of fun, and I'm excited to be able to offer it to you now that the event has happened. And I did buy a whole nother paper pack because this is so perfect for so many of my outdoor adventure photos. So lots of inspiration coming your way soon here on YouTube.